Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Welcome to this morning's Srimad Bhagavatam class from Canto 1, Chapter 7, texts 36 and 37. So this is a recording of a lecture given by His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Please kick up the volumes of your listening devices. Sometimes the volume is a little low. And apologize for any kind of extra noise that you may be hearing. Sometimes it's some birds chirping and some things in the background. Hare Krishna. So without further ado, we'll start the class now.
Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Suktam Bhavam Striyam Jadam Prapanam Viratam Vitam Na Ripum Anji Dharmani Samana Ya Prabhushnati Agrina Tatvara Tasya Hi Srayo Yad Doshad Yati Ada Uman Pramatam Unmatam Suktam Balam Striyam Jadam Prapanam Viratam Vitam Naripum Hanti Dormavit Swaprananya Parapranai Papushnatya Grinakalo Tadvadasta Shadisrayo Yadoshadyada Praman Matam Pramatam Unmatam Suptam Balam Striyam Jadam Prapanam Viratam Hitam Naripum Hanti Dharmavit Swaprananya Parapranai Prapushnatya Granit Tadvadastasya Israyo Yadoshadyada Puman Matam Careless Intoxicated Unmatam Insane Subtam Asleep Balam Voice Sriyam Woman Jadam Foolish Prapanam Surrendered Viratam One who's lost his chariot Vitan Afraid of Na Not Ripum Enemy Anti Kill Dharmavid One who knows the principles of religion.
Translation: a person who knows the principles of religion does not kill an enemy who is careless, intoxicated, insane, asleep, afraid, or devoid of his chariot. Nor does he kill a boy, a woman, a foolish creature, or a surrendered soul.
Swapranan.
One's own life.
One's own life. Yaha. One who. Parapranai.
At the cost of others' lives.
At the cost of others' lives. Apushnati. Maintains properly. Agrina. Shameless. Kala. Wretched. Tadvada. Killing of him. Tasya. His. He. Certainly. Shreya. Well-being. Yad. By which. Doshad. By the fault. Yati. Those. Adaha. Downwards. Puman. A person.
Translation: a cruel and wretched person who maintains his existence at the cost of others' lives deserves to be killed for his own well-being. Otherwise, he will go down by his own actions.
Matta Pramatya Unmatyam Suptam Balam Sriyam Jadam Prapannang Virathang Bhitang na ripum anti dharmavi. So, Kshatriya's fight, it is not ordinary fight, like cats and dogs. The cats and dogs also fight, and the Kshatriyas in the battlefield of Kurukshetra under the guidance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they are not the same. Sometimes in the foreign countries, they do not know, they simply know fight means cats and dogs fight. No. Therefore they question, so why Krishna induced Arjuna to fight? Certainly, they do not know there is fight on the principle of religion. That is real fight. Otherwise, fight whimsically, that is animals fight, cats and dogs fight. So when there is fight on religious principles, there are different rules and regulations. One has to observe these rules and regulations. That's like striking the enemy, it should not come down the waist. You can strike the enemy from head to the waist, not below that. That is illegal. Similarly, when the enemy is like this, matta, pramatta, unmatta, one after another. Matta means careless, inattentive. So, if by chance, by inattentiveness, one does something wrong, he should not be considered as enemy. He is careless, he should be chastised, but not, even if he is enemy, he is not subjected to being killed. No. Similarly, pramatya, pramatta means constitutionally he is not mad, but by some external influence one has become mad-like. He is called pramat. Just like in this material world, almost everyone, 99.9%, they are all pramattas. For example, pramatta tasya nidhanam pasyannapi na pasyati. In the Bhagavad it is said that we are depending, we are thinking, I am sure. Why? I have got very good wife. I am sure to live very peacefully or happily, or I shall not die because I have got very good wife, faithful wife. Similarly, I have got very good husband or very good friend, or I am born in a very big nation, so on, so on. Security, because security is a problem. Everyone in this material world, they have got 4 problems. How to eat, how to sleep, how to have sex, and how to become secure. Security. The animal is also working very hard for these 4 principles, and the man is also working very hard. That is common. But that is not security. Because I have got very good means of living, very good means of sleeping, nice house, and very good wife, and very good bank balance and good government, therefore I am secure. That is nonsense. Pramat. That is called pramat. When he does not know that at any moment Jamaraj can come and kick him out from this position, at any moment. Mrityu sarva harascha. Jamaraj is the representative of Krishna, is servant of Krishna, he is Vaishnava. Jamaraj, we are very much afraid of Jamaraj, but he is Vaishnava, not only Vaishnava, but he is one of the Mahajan. Mahajana jina gatasya pantha. He is Mahajan in this sense. All the sinful living entities are brought before him, and according to the gravity of criminality, sinful action, he punishes. Just like magistrate. Magistrate, before the magistrate all criminals are brought in, and he considers the gravity of the case, and according to the case, somebody is hanged, somebody is put into the jail for 3 years, somebody for 6 years, somebody for 6 months. That is Jamaraj's duty. So, that is, he is also Dharmavid. His name is Dharmaraj. Not that because he is punishing, simply his only business is to punish. But still he is Dharmaraj, Dharmavid. He knows how to punish a person on religious principle. So, we are, in this material world, we are pramod. We are thinking, these material conditions will save me. That is pramod. Half mad, crazy, pramod. We are thinking, Dehapatra kalatradisu. I am thinking I am very strong body. Cannot achieve self-realization. Now some of us, big sannyasi, he took it that unless you become very strong and stout by eating meat and exercise, gymnastics, you cannot understand spiritual life. This is their interpretation. But that is not the fact. Bolo means Balaram. Do you think that because you are very strong and stout, a big wrestler with muscles, you live? No. For Jamaraj, there is no consideration that here is a weak person, lean and thin, and here is a very strong person. Therefore, the strong person should be left over, and the lean and thin will be taken to Jamaraj. No. When the time will come, the lean and thin may be spared, but the strong man may be immediately. So this rascaldom, that by exercise people are very much attached to the body, we have seen everywhere, especially in European, they are very much attached to make the body stout and strong. In the morning you will find, here also you will find, they are running to make the bodies, as if the strong body will save him from death. This is rascal. Therefore promote. Crazy. You do not say that you remain very weak and lean and thin. No, you should maintain this body properly, but not that that is my only business, how to maintain this body. That is pramatva. These are some of the examples of pramatva. He does not know. Pramatya. Dehapatta kalatradisu. Deha, body. One is feeling secure. I have got very strong body. I shall live forever. Rascal, pramatya. That is not possible. Deha and apatta. Apatta means sons. Oh, I have got so many nice sons, very earning, very obedient. Therefore, Jamaraj will not touch me. No, that is not possible. There is a very joking story in Bengal. Gaye gu makle jom chhade na. Gu means stool. So one intelligent person, he thought, I shall be freed from the touch of Jamaraj by one tactics. What is that? Stool is very obnoxious. Nobody comes to stool. So let me smear my body, whole body, with stool, so that Jamaraj will not come and touch me. Gaya mukh gu makle jom chhade na. This is another pramatya, another crazy fellow, that he is thinking, by keeping myself dirty and obnoxious, Jamaraj is gentleman, he will not come and touch me. This is another pramatya. So, deha, apatta, kalatra. Kalatra means wife. Oh, I have got such a nice wife. And she will pray to Jamaraj, please excuse my husband, just like Nala Damayanti. Savitri Sattvavan. The Savitri saved her husband from the hands of Jamaraj. That's a long story, it will take much time. So therefore, I have got such a nice, chaste wife, she will save me from the Jamaraj hands. That I can speak shortly, that Savitri Sattvavan was to die on the marriage day. But Savitri was attached to Sattvavan. So her father and mother said that you don't marry this boy, he will die on the very day of his marriage. So love is blind. She said, still I shall marry. So she married and the husband died. So Jamaraj came. So she pleased the Jamaraj, and Jamaraj being pleased said, my dear girl, you will have a very good son. Because every girl expects some son. So Jamaraj gave him the benediction, that you will have very nice son. Then his husband was dead, and no, she prayed for a good son, yes. And Jamaraj gave him benediction, yes, he will have good son. First of all, she pleased Jamaraj by prayers, and then Jamaraj asked, what do you want? A very good son. All right, he will have a good son. Then the Jamaraj was taking her husband, and she was going behind. Then Jamaraj said, your husband cannot be returned. He is dead, and it is my duty I am taking. Why you are coming, following me? Now you say that I will have a son, so if you are taking my husband, how will you have son? So Jamaraj came to his senses. He said, I have done a mistake. They are not like, take your husband. So, these are bare instances, but don't think that because you are very clever and you will be untouched by Jagaraj. No. Deha patra kalatrādīšu asatsu asat. Nobody will stay. Asat. This material world is like that. Asat means temporary. Everything. This body is temporary. Your body is temporary. This life is temporary. Tatha dehantara prapti, Krishna says. You have to change this body. It may be for 50 years, 60 years, at most 100 years. But still you have to change this body. Therefore asat, asatoma, sadgama, this is Vedic instruction. Don't be attached to these asat, temporary things. That is called vairagya. Vairagya vidya nija bhakti yogam. If one wants to learn how to become vairagi, no attachment for this material, then he must take to devotional. Vairagya vidya nija bhakti yoga. That is, bhakti yoga means vairagi. No attachment for this material world. One is actually attached to Krishna, he must be. No attachment for this material world. That is the sign. Automatically. The jnanis, the yogis, the karmis, they do not want this, no attachment. They want more and more attachment. The jnanis, they want Brahma Sattva Jagan Mithya, detachment. But Bhakta, without any endeavor, because he develops attachment for Krishna, he automatically gives us attachment for this material world. Bhakti, parasanubhava, virakti annatrasya. This is the symptom. This is the symptom how one has become attached with this material world. If I am trying under the cover of becoming bhakta and trying to gather some material profit, that is not bhakti. That is very dangerous. So in this way, there are so many things in the material world, we take it for acceptance that these things will save me. He is a pramakta. Pramakta means crazy, half mad. And full mad is unmukta. Full mad. He becomes naked. That is one of the symptoms of unmukta. He will remain naked. So, these men, matta, pramatta, unmukta, just see how the rules and regulations are there. So, this pramatta, dehapatra kalatrādīšu satsu api tasya nidhanam pasyannapi na pasyat. Pramatta, that word is used. Pramatta tasya nidhanam pasyannapi na pasyati. He is seeing every day that this gentleman had very good wife, this gentleman had very nice son, very good family, but they are dying, so who will protect him? He is thinking that my children, my wife, my friends will save me, but they have died. So how he will be protected? So nobody can protect anyone. That is not possible. Everyone has to take care of himself. This world is like that. Don't depend. Only Krishna can protect you, nobody else. If you know this, then you are not promoted. And if you do not know this, if you are a rascal, then you are promoted. Only Krishna. Krishna therefore said, he gives assurance. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sarva Sridam sarva bhutana I am the friend of everyone. I can give you protection. Aham tva sarva pape bhamappe. So you have to take shelter of Krishna. Otherwise you are a pramatta, rascal, mudha. Krishna giving advice that do this. But we are rascals, pramatta. We think that my son will give me protection, my wife will give protection, my friend will give me protection, my government will give protection. All these are nonsense, pramatta. This is the meaning of pramatta. Just try to understand. Pramatta tasya nidhanam pasyannapi. Another pramatta is those who are mad after sense gratification. Nunang pramatta kurute vikaram. There is another verse. Nunang pramatta. Those who are pramatta, those who have no responsibility of life, sometimes unnecessarily stealing and doing so many wrong things. Vikaram. Why? Na pramatta. He is also crazy. Nunang pramatta kurute vikarma. And why he is taking risk of being punished? Suppose one man is stealing. He will be punished either by the laws of the state or by the laws of nature or God. He will be punished. He can escape the laws of the state, but he cannot escape the laws of the nature or God. Prakriti kriyamanani guni karmani. It is not possible. Just like the laws of nature, if you infect some disease, so you'll have to be punished. You'll suffer from that disease. That is punishment. You cannot escape. Similarly, anything you do, karanam gunasangas, if you live like a cat and dog, that is infection, guna, the modes of ignorance. Then in next life you become a dog. You must be punished. This is law of nature. So, therefore, one who does not know all these laws, he commits so many sinful activities. Bikarma. Karma, bikarma, akarma. Karma means what is prescribed. Guna karma. Guna karma vibhagas. Karma means, as it is in the Shastra, as you have developed a certain type of modes of nature, their karma is according to that. Brahman karma, Kshatriya karma, Vaishya karma. So if you follow, that is the duty of the spiritual master in Shastra to designate when he is brahmachari that you work like this. You work like a Brahman. You work like a Kshatriya. You work like a Vaishya, another Shudra. So this division is made by the spiritual master. How? Jasya hi jat lakhanam proktam varnabhivanjakam. The spiritual master will say that you work like this. So that should be taken. That is karma. Guna karma. Spiritual master sees that he has these qualities. That is natural. That's like in school, college, somebody is being trained up as a scientist, somebody is trained up as an engineer, as a medical man, as a lawyer. They are according to the tendency, practical psychology of the student. He is advised that you take this line. Similarly, these 4 divisions of the society, it is very scientific. So, by the instruction of the Guru, when he is in the Gurukul, he will be specified a particular type of duty. And if he does it faithfully, sakarmana tamam, the real purpose is Krishna consciousness, and according to his guna and karma, he is engaged in a particular occupational duty. No, nothing is bad, provided it is meant for Krishna's satisfaction. Atapang vidija sreshta varnasama vibhagas. The varnasam vibhaga must be there. But what is the aim of varnasam? Simply by becoming a brahmana, he is successful? No. Nobody can become successful unless he satisfies Krishna. That is real success. Just as Arjuna did. By his military art, he satisfied Krishna. Similarly, by your Vaishyavitti, Krishi Goraksha Manijam, you can satisfy Krishna. By your Brahman Vritti, you can satisfy Krishna. Even by your Sudra Vritti, you can satisfy Krishna. That possibility is there. The Krishna says, Sakarmana tamam bharja. The aim should be how to satisfy Krishna. Doesn't matter whether you are a Brahman or a Kshatriya. Krishna confirms it. Apite suduracha. Mangi partha vapasritya jepishu papajona. Papajana below the Vaishyas, the Sudra, they are a Papajana. Vaishyas also. Sriya Sudra tatha Vaishya. Tripijanta parangati. So there is no impediment to approach Krishna because you are a Sudra, Chandal, or Oman, or Vaishya. No, everyone can. That facility is there. Therefore, our duty should be, never mind in whichever position I am posted, let me satisfy Krishna. It is not that, suppose we are worshipping deity, that is the duty of Brahman. But somebody is called that you cleanse this floor. So he should not think that I am cleansing the floor, therefore I am lower than the person who is directly worshipping the deity. No. Krishna's pleasure what? If Krishna sees that by washing the floor you are doing very nicely, Krishna is pleased. You are nice. Similarly, one man is decorating Krishna's garland and Krishna is pleased. That is the main point. Not that because you are on the deity room, you are very elevated, and the other man who is cleansing the door is not elevated. No. Sri Vigrahara Dhana Nityanana Singara Tanvandira. They are all equal. In whichever position you are, simply your endeavor should be how to please Krishna. That is what. Sakarmana tamam bharja. Also it is said, Atapangmi dijaseshta varnasama vibhagas. Because generally we take divisions, varna and ashrama. So Sutta Goswami says in the meeting of Naimisharan, Atapangmi dijaseshta. They are all big, very learned scholars and Brahmins. So they are addressing Dija Sreshta. Dija means Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya. The one who has got the right to take the sacred thread, they are called Dijas. But out of the three, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, the Brahmana is called Dija Sreshta. Therefore, he addressed Atapangvi Dija Sreshta Varnasama Vibhagasa Sanusthitasya Dharmasya Samsiddhi Para Haritosanam Samsiddhi. Never mind what you are. Either you may be sannyasi or maybe girihastha or maybe brahmachari or a brahman, a kshatriya or vaishya. Never mind. Try to satisfy Krishna. Try to please Krishna. Then your life is successful. Otherwise, you are pramatta, mad. Nunang pramatta kurute bikarma. So long you shall remain a pramatta, you shall act just opposite function and you will be entangled. Therefore, in the Bhagavad Gita it is said, Jagyarthe karma annatra karma bandhana. If you do not work for pleasing Krishna, then that work will entangle you in the cycle of birth and death. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. This is another wonderful lecture by Srila Prabhupada. And this is the time that normally we like to ask devotees if you have a comment to make, question to ask, realization to connect with this, please unmute yourself and share your thoughts or ask a question. Hare Krishna. So anyone who'd like to start can unmute themselves now and ask a question. So many definitions Srila Prabhupada gave. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances, all goes to
Accept my regards,
Prabhupada.
Srila Prabhupada.
Very, very powerful class by Srila Prabhupada, as always, as usual. I think one of my takeaways from the class is Srila Prabhupada is, in the initial top half of his class, somewhere in the, in the top, Srila Prabhupada was mentioning, how we cannot take this Krishna consciousness very, cheaply. Like he was saying, he talked about that pastime of Savitri and Satyavan. And then he talked about, this person trying to smear stool on his body, that thinking that, oh, just take this name or do that and they won't touch me. And what was coming to my mind, my realization from that is that the process that is given by Srila Prabhupada is so pure that we cannot take it cheaply. We cannot think, like my father used to always tell me, because I was raised Christian, and he would say, we just can't go to church, sit on the pew and think I am saved. And then we go after church service, then we do all kinds of not good things, and then we come back again next Sunday, we sit in church and we think, okay, I'm in church, I am saved, but by the blood of Christ, as they say. Then they leave the church and they do all the nonsense again. So what was coming to my mind, my reflection, my realization from that is that we cannot take anything in Krishna consciousness, whether we are initiated or not, whether we're doing anything, so cheaply that in the name of service, in the name of chanting the holy name, in the name of our position or our status or anything, that we will be saved. We cannot take it so cheaply. We have to really, really work hard to become what your Prabhupada says, to become servants. And I think that's the point that really struck home with me, that the goal of life is how can we be das, anudas, and not think that because I'm initiated, because I'm chanting, because I'm doing this, because I'm doing that, I'm going to be saved. Krishna looks at the heart and the mind more so than the outward, activity. So that was my takeaway. One of my takeaways. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, wonderful. You talked about the example, people trying to, in one sense, cheat the system, try to cheat Yamaraj. And you mentioned the Savitri story of the husband. And it doesn't work like that for everybody. Smearing the body with stew, oh, Yamaraj would not like the smell of it, therefore he'll stay away from me. All of that, it's crazy. Pramata, crazy situation. So we have to be careful and be honest with the whole process so that we can actually be, elevated back to the spiritual world. Srila Prabhupada ended it nicely. If we don't work for pleasing Krishna, then we'll be entangled in the cycle of birth and death. That's the last point that he made. Thank you very much for your realizations and your takeaways. Any other person want to unmute and speak? This is the time to do it. Hare Krishna. All right. So in the meantime, while the Buddhists are thinking, I share some of my takeaways from this. Srila Prabhupada talked about fighting. Some people fight like cats and dogs, no real reason. There shouldn't be cat and dog fighting. Fighting must be on the principles of religion. Wars should be on the principles of religion. And then there are rules also. No hitting below the waist. So they began to explain mata, pramata, and unmata. Mata means careless. Mm. So he particularly defined pramata as a person who is not medically mad or constitutionally mad, but some external influence has caused the person to act like they're mad, to make wrong decisions, to act crazy. Example, when people are thinking I'm born in a rich country, so I'll be all right. I'm born in this, I have good savings in the bank, therefore I'm secure. That's not true because death can come take everything away. And then the person will be taken to Jamaraj. So anyone who thinks that way is thinking in a pramata type. He gave also another example of some people, so-called sannyasis, were thinking of making the body strong by eating meat and exercising. Then we have some kind of security. They'll be secure at least health-wise, but that's not true. So that's also another example of pramata. Pramata is crazy. And then he went into the definition of dehapatya, kalatradeshu. And we've talked about some of the examples already about a person sparing the body with stool, thinking that I will keep Yamaraj away. Kalatra's wife. So some people think, oh, I have a good wife, then I'll be safe. And that's when he talked about the story of Savitri, that Yamaraj gave her a nice boon to have a son because Savitri prayed to Yamaraj. And Yamaraj was pleased with her. But when she got married, when she was going to get married, she was warned that her husband would die on the marriage date itself. And that's exactly what happened. And so when people died, and Yamaraj arranged to come take that subtle body and soul. And so everything had gone on in mind this person, even though that warning was given to her. And then what happened? Well, Yamaraj come take the body away. But Yamaraj had given her a boon that you would have a nice son. So when he was taking the husband away, then Savitri followed. The Yamaraj said, why are you still coming along? So she said to him, you said I'd have a nice son. I can't have a nice son without a husband. Oh, okay. The Yamaraj changed his mind, put the soul back in the body, and he got the husband given back. Now, that's one example that will make people think that they can actually cheat the system, even though this, in fact, did happen. This story. But it doesn't mean that we would come up with some brilliant ways to try to get around the issue. It doesn't work like that. The body is temporary. So to resort to bhakti means vairagya. Vairagya means detachment from the material things. Then he defined unmata. Unmata is when the person is fully mad. Not from external, the person is actually, crazy, insane. So Srila Prabhupada then began to wrap it up. Only Krishna can protect us. Our friends or relatives or the government cannot protect us. The pramata is a crazy person thinking that, oh, I can take the risk of stealing and I'll have some money or some goods free. You don't realize that as soon as you think about stealing, then of course you open yourself to the possibility of getting arrested. So those are some of the things that I was able to note down as takeaways. So if devotees, you want to share some more things, this is again, unmute yourself and let's have some discussion about it. Hare Krishna.
Another point that Srila Prabhupada really stressed upon towards the end was, how to please Krishna. And then he used the word, if we do not work for pleasing Krishna, then that work will entangle you in the cycle of birth and death. So he was really stressing the point that, pleasing Krishna, how can we please Krishna? We should always be thinking of ways to please the Lord, and then he talked about cleaning, he talked about, menial service, he talked about, different kinds of services. And he was saying that that is what pleases the Lord. And when we do a service, we have to ask ourselves, is this satisfying the Lord? Is this pleasing Krishna? And we do it. I was reminded of a point that I've heard many times, but sometimes the mind is such a rascal. We have to always be reminded. In one class where Chandramali Swami said that Bhaktivinoda Thakur, in one of his poems, he actually wrote in one of his poems, and he said, I am most happy. In fact, he used the word most happiest, interestingly. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, I am most happy when I am challenged in my devotional service. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur is teaching us, if we really want to be most happy, we should be always thinking of how to serve, and accept the challenges. Because when we get challenges in our devotional service, we're always meditating on how to do the service better. And the more we meditate on how to do the service better, we are being challenged. But then Krishna gives the help along with the challenges to help us succeed in our service. Rather than always thinking small, we got to think big. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur is teaching us that we have to accept challenges in our devotional service. Then only we are always meditating above and beyond, out of the box, out of a comfort zone, to think, how can I make it better? How can I make it better? How can I make it better? And accept the challenge and really push forward. And then the Lord always gives us the result. So that was one point that was really a wonderful reminder by Srila Prabhupada, how important it is that we please the Lord, and we should be working to please Krishna. Then our lives are successful, Srila Prabhupada says. So that was another wonderful takeaway that I really, really like.
Yeah, thank you for bringing the point about Bhaktivinoda Thakur. This is most pleased when he's challenged in his service. That shows the extent to which he loves Krishna. When you really, really love somebody, then you want to do something for them, and the challenges come. You don't give up. He says, but because of my love, I'll do it anyway. So that should be the attitude towards serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It will happen to us too. There'll be times that people who have to wake up early in the morning to go serve the deity in a temple may meet weather like snow or something like that, but we have to get there one way or the other. So the challenges come. But Krishna will give intelligence to get around the challenges if we are willing not to give up, but to do the service anyway, one way or the other. And the saying is there, when there's a will, there's a way. Therefore, we try to do several times in everybody's devotee life. When you take it seriously, the challenges will come. Those who don't take it seriously are the ones that tend to quit when there's a slight difference, slight change in something, even some material thing that they have to do. Then there's some spiritual thing they have to do. Oh, I have to finish this material thing. So they do the material thing, and that is a big mistake. You don't see that it's a mistake. Not only is it a mistake, it's a big one. You're ignoring Krishna. But temporary things, material things are temporary. So you gotta arrange the time so that the spiritual always takes priority over the material. Then you see the life will be much, much more manageable. And also remember one thing, in that situation, Krishna is time. He says he's time. So as soon as we prioritize the spiritual activity over the material activity, Krishna will adjust the time so that our material activity also gets taken care of nicely. He doesn't ignore the material things that we need to do. But if we prioritize the spiritual activity over the material, then that time will be, I'm saying this because sometimes the devotees think, oh, I have so many material things to do, therefore I want to come to the lecture, but I'll come at another time and so on. Or I'll come later, and then we miss a lot. It's still happening. And with all due respect, some people are coming in, they're coming 20 minutes, half hour. The lecture ends in 35 minutes. So how much stuff are you going to pick up if you come half hour late? Okay, so obviously you wouldn't do that for your job, but so you gotta take that seriously. Yeah, I'm saying this with with straw in my mouth. It's happening, and although Krishna consciousness is not forced on anyone, this is going to be things that the Paramatma notes, and it will not really be much in your favor. It is good that you come and think to come at all, because there's some people not coming at all to hear. Yet hearing is the first thing that we got to do. Chanting is the most important. Hearing is the first thing to do. So to come here is definitely advantageous for everybody. But when you adjust your time to take, and that's the point we're making, to put the spiritual first, then Krishna will arrange your material. As long as you put the material before the spiritual, well, then it'll be business as usual. Until it hits you that, oh, if I did the spiritual thing first and took that more seriously, then Krishna will be pleased. But not only will Krishna be pleased, there will be more that will be done for you materially too if you do that. Try it. I think it's very true. So anyway, all apologies if somebody feels that I've stepped on your toes. But Krishna, Sri Prabhupada has given wonderful lectures. Sri Vigrahara Dana Nityanana Singara Tan Mandira Majanado. This is part of the Guru Astaka song that we sing. Cleaning the temple. It's menial service. But Krishna only looks at trying to do something to please Krishna. So there may be a pujari on the altar doing some wonderful service for the deity, and then somebody else is sweeping the temple. But the person sweeping the temple is not lower than the person that is on the altar, because Krishna just looks at our hearts, how much we put into it. And that's why we're talking about punctuality also. And I know some of you, because of the job situation, you have to get things settled before you can come. But still have that in mind, that the material things are temporary, the spiritual is most important. So wherever we are, we try to satisfy Krishna. And then the final warning, which is still on the screen, if we do not work for pleasing Krishna, then that work will entangle us in the cycle of birth and death, which means we won't get to leave the material world, when in fact leaving the material world is the solution to all our problems. So yes, thank you very much for coming. The points that we made here and what we've added to it was all well-intentioned. Take your own situation, so you take what's best for you. We're not trying to step on toes, but at the same time, we're trying to make the point that no matter what you're doing, the spiritual comes before material, and that will be your best benefit. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Vanchakalpatarubhasya kripa sundibhe eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai. Vaishnav Thakur ki jai. Gaura Brahmanandi Haribo. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Glory to Srila Prabhupada.